My name is Kylen, and today I'm going to be doing reviews for the FIFA World Cup, and I'm going to be releasing my official predictions. Well, then actually going to be my official predictions. They're going to be my predictions for the rest of the World Cup, and I will be doing match day reviews for the round of 32, the round of 16, and the quarterfinals. So let's get started. So I predicted that France would beat Morocco, and they did. And I predicted that Spain would beat Belgium, and they did. However, we have Norway versus England and Argentina versus Switzerland. My prediction is that Norway will upset England, and they will advance 2-1 due to another brace from Haaland. As for Argentina versus Switzerland, I predict that Argentina will complete another comeback, and they will win 3-2 over Switzerland. In the semifinals, we'll have France versus Spain. That will be a tight match, but France will just barely get through to the final, thanks to a late goal from Mbappe. As for Norway versus Argentina, Argentina will win 3-0, while France will win, probably 3-2? They will win 3-2 like Argentina did, but Argentina will definitely win 3-0, and they will advance to the final where they will face France. In this game, France will avenge the Argentines, and they will win 3-0 too, to win their third World Cup, matching Argentina. So now we have the match reviews for the round of 32, the round of 16, and the first two quarterfinal matches. So let's get started. South Africa will face Canada in Inglewood for the first round of 32 match. Canada's Eustáquio would score a late winner for Canada to send us to the round of 16 for the first time in their history. The next day, Brazil would face Japan. In Houston, Japan's Sano would capitalize off a Brazilian defensive mistake to put his nation 1-0 up. However, Brazil's Casemiro, who was initially responsible for the defensive mistake, would score a header to equalize for his nation. And then, Gabriel Martinelli of Brazil would score a late winner to put his nation 2-1 up to complete the comeback. Later that day, Paraguay would face Germany. Paraguay's Enciso would open the scoring for his nation, although Kai Havertz of Germany would equalize. This equalizer would force a penalty shootout after extra time. Paraguay's goalkeeper would have a sensational performance and would stop several German shots. After Jonathan Tah, who initially scored an offside goal in extra time, skied his penalty, Paraguay's Canale would score the winning penalty in a 3-4 win in the shootout. Netherlands-Morocco would end 1-1 and go to a penalty shootout too, as Cody Gakpo would score in the 72nd minute, only for Morocco's Issa Diop to score in 91st minute equalizer. After the Netherlands' Sorenzo Somerville missed his penalty, Morocco's Ismail Sabari would score the winner in the shootout to help Morocco win 2-3 on penalties. Then, the Ivory Coast would face Norway. Norway's Antonio Nusa would open the scoring. Although the Ivory Coast Amad Diallo would score an equalizer, Norway's Erling Haaland would score a tap-in late winner to help his country win 2-1 away from Norway. France would then face Sweden. Kylen Mbappe would get a break, while Bradley Barcola would score a goal in a 3-0 thumping. Mexico then faced Ecuador. Julian Quinones and Raul Jimenez would score goals within 9 minutes of each other to help Mexico win 2-0. England would then face the DR Congo. The DR Congo's Brian Chipenda would score an early goal, although Harry Kane would get a brace within 11 minutes to help England win 2-1. Things did not get better for Africa, as Senegal's Diarra would score the first goal of the game against Belgium. His teammate Ismail Sarr would score the second goal of the game, only for Romelu Lukaku and Yuri Tielemans to score the goals within 3 minutes of each other for extra time. Yuri Tielemans would score a 125th minute penalty in Seattle to help his nation complete the comeback and win 3-2. And then the US would face Bosnia and Herzegovina in Santa Clara. After getting his original goal disallowed, Ballard Balogun of the United States would score the opener for his nation, only to get a red card for what was supposedly a reckless challenge. Malik Tillman would score a free kick for the United States, which was their second goal in a 2-0 win. The day after the US-Bosnia game, Spain would face Austria. Spain's Mikel Oyarzabal would score a brace, while Pedro Porro would score a goal in a 3-0 win over Austria. Portugal would then face Croatia. Portugal's Cristiano Ronaldo would score a penalty, his first knockout World Cup goal, after Croatia's Ivan Perisic scored the opener. Ronaldo's substitute Gonçalo Ramos would score a 94th minute winner as Portugal defeat Croatia 2-1. Switzerland will then face Algeria. Brio Embolo and Ndoye would score for Switzerland in a 2-0 win as they defeated the Algerians in Vancouver to advance to the round of 16. And then Australia would face Egypt. Egypt's Ashur would score the opener, only for Egypt's Hani to score an own goal that would force extra time. After extra time, penalties arrived. Australia's Matthew Ryan would come off for the shootout, only to concede 4 penalties as Egypt won 2-4 in the shootout. Then Argentina would face Cape Verde or Cabo Verde. Going into this game, although Argentina were the favorites, Cape Verde were the more favored team. Really, everybody that was not Argentine wanted Cape Verde to win because of their football story during the World Cup and their great players, which included Vozinha and guys like Kevin Pina and Sidney Lopez Cabral. Unfortunately for the love watchers and the Cape Verdeans, Lionel Messi would open the scoring for Argentina. However, Duarte of Cape Verde would score an equalizer that would force extra time. Lisandro Martinez would score for Argentina to put them 2-1 up. However, 11 minutes later, Lopez Cabral of Cape Verde would score a curling shot that would be considered the goal of the tournament to equalize. Unfortunately for Cape Verde, the Diné would score an own goal by accident after a Lionel Messi cross from a corner that would knock them out 3-2. Unfortunately, Cape Verde have not won the World Cup, but I think I speak for a lot of us when they say they have won our hearts. And this gave Argentina a lot of notoriety as they were accused of cheating. After the Argentina-Cape Verde game, Colombia faced off against Ghana. Colombia's Arias would score the only goal of the game and knock Ghana out 1-0 in Kansas City. And then the round of 16 would begin. Morocco's Unahi would get a brace, while Rahimi got the third goal of the game in a 3-0 win. And then Paraguay would face France. Paraguay were trying to play Havan football against Les Bleus, and it would work until the 70th minute when they gave away a penalty that Kylen Mbappe converted. Although there were several fights due to Paraguay's violent football, Les Bleus would just barely win 1-0 in Philadelphia to head to the quarterfinals. And then Brazil would face Norway in New Jersey. Going to this game, Brazil were the better team and Norway were the underdogs. However, the Seleção were upset when Norway opened the scoring early, only for the goal to be ruled out for offside. Brazil's Matheus Cunha would be fouled inside the box, and a penalty would be given. However, Brazil's new talisman Vinicius Jr. would give the penalty to Bruno Guimarães from Newcastle United. Guimarães would try to stutter step, and sure enough, he would miss. And so, in the 79th minute, after Brazil's Endrick came off the bench only to miss a one-on-one opportunity, Erling Haaland would score. Erling Haaland's goal was notorious for the fact that it was a header over his Premier League rival Gabriel. And in the 90th minute, Haaland would get his brace outside the box to secure the game for his country. Although Neymar would score a make-a-wish penalty in the 100th minute, it was too little too late. Erling Haaland got the brace he needed, and Norway would win 1-2. Mexico would face England later that day. Julian Quinones would score a goal to pull one back for his country after England's Jude Bellingham got a brace. However, in the second half, Harry Kane would score a penalty for his country to put them 1-3 up. While Jimenez would score a penalty to put Mexico back into contention. However, it was too late, and Mexico would lose 2-3 to England. The day after the Mexico, England, and Brazil Norway games, Portugal would face Spain in Texas. Spain's Mikel Merino would score a 91st minute winner. That was the only goal of the game in a 1-0 win for La Roja over Portugal, therefore ending Cristiano Ronaldo's World Cup career. And then we have the United States versus Belgium game, which was extremely controversial due to the fact that Florent Balogun's red card was rescinded against FIFA rules. Although Charles de Ketelaere would score an early goal for his team, Mal Tillman would score a free kick equalizer. Unfortunately for the Stars and Stripes, de Ketelaere would score his brace just 2 minutes later, and from then on, it was chaos, as Hans Vernaked and Romelu Lukaku of Belgium would score goals that would put Belgium 1 foot up in Seattle and sent them to the quarterfinals. And then Argentina would face Egypt. The Pharaohs took a 2-0 lead over the Argentines, as both Ibrahim and Zico would score. Although Zico's first goal was originally disallowed due to claims of an Egypt foul on an Argentine player on the other side of the field. In just 13 minutes, Argentina's Cristiano Romero, Lionel Messi, and Enzo Fernandez got goals to complete the comeback for the Albiceleste that put them to the quarterfinals. And then Switzerland would face Colombia. Colombia would drop out of the World Cup tournament as they would lose 4-3 on penalties after a goalless 120 minutes. As the heroics of Switzerland's goalkeeper Gregor Kobel put Switzerland through after a 4-3 penalty shootout win in Vancouver. Finally, we have the 2 quarterfinals games to talk about. For instance, Kylen Mbappe and Ousmane Dembele got goals to give Morocco a 2-0 loss in Foxborough while the Bleu advanced to the semi-finals. Spain would face Belgium in Inglewood. Fabian Ruiz of Spain would score the opening goal of the game, although Charles Lecatelet would score the equalizer for Belgium. However, Mikel Merino would come off the bench and would score an 88th minute winner that secured the win for his country, and now they will face France in the semifinals. Anyways, at the time I'm recording this, the Norway-England game is going to start in about roughly 15 hours, I think, maybe 16. So I've got to go to bed. I mean, that's it. That's all I've got. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and please stay tuned for my future videos. Until then, my name is Kylen. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.